Welcome friends! Today is a Monday, and thus this video is another installment of the Monday Subscriber Q&A, where I answer the questions in the comment section from last week's Subscriber Q&A video. Today I will refrain from doing voices, but if you do want something read out in a certain way, be sure to put it in brackets next to your question, if you've got one for next week. So firstly, we've got LittelFreak.Which asks, which faction do you like more, TR or NC? Well, this is a bit of a broad question, as there are many different aspects to each faction, and it depends on what you're asking. Do I like their backstory, or do I like their weapons? But I'll take it in the terms of the weaponry and equipment, and I would have to say the NC. Their weapons all seem to pay the most out for being accurate, and learning to control their recoil, and thus the skill ceiling is higher, and it feels much more rewarding to play well with them. Also, the NC weaponry all feels more punchy and unique than the TRs, which still feels a little generic for me. Apart from the chain gun, obviously. The only thing I dislike about the NC is the shotgun theme rather than focusing on the Gorse weaponry. UnkownProductions asks, who of 2CA don't you want to encounter? If anyone is wondering, 2CA are a TR outfit on Woodman, which actually my TR alt is currently in. I personally don't not want to encounter any of them. I prefer to go up against more skilled players, and it is more of a challenge. Like I relished fighting DJ Stacy last night in Moukass Squad Up, as we fought at Eisa Tech Plant. My video will be at the end of that one. Chakote99 says, what positive changes do you think the merge with Miller will bring? He asks, better air game, longer fights, or anything at all? And then he's put a note, do not use voices in my question, I prefer your usual voice, thanks. Okay, duly noted, Chakote. Well, first of all, hopefully there'll be several continents with lots of fights, and Indocide will be put to one side. It has occasionally been a bit dire in Woodman, with population-wise, with one faction having no fights occasionally. Also, there's the fact that there'll be a lot more outfits out there, and a lot more different styles of play. And Woodman outfits are massively known for their serious interrupts play, and big organised events, which Miller seems to be better known for, as we do have some rather large outfits, like KOTV, that do their own thing. Also, there is the obvious point that there will be more higher ranked players in general, and more skilled people to fight against, so obviously it'll be more of a new challenge. All in all, I'm looking forward to it. Niels Korhorn says, hey Josh, what do you think about the fact that a cloaked infiltrator is completely cloaked when they are playing on low, or even very low settings? I play in ultra graphics myself, and I can see a cloaked infiltrator quite good. My friend, on the other hand, is forced to play on low settings by his old computer. I think this is quite unfair for a player with an old or crappy system. What is your opinion? I completely agree. It isn't fair to have something very important not universal for all players. It is a massive advantage playing on high to max settings to see the infiltrators so easily. To be honest, I think it is also a problem for the infiltrators, as you can never guess who is on what setting, and you can get spotted in ridiculous moments where you think you're actually hidden. I do hope that SRE does something about this. Sir SaltyPenguin says, greetings Joshino, I'm inquiring if you have made a decision on which faction your next Cobalt/Ceres character is going to be. I'm still not sure, but I think the opinion last time was split between TR and NC. So I'm going to comment below with TR and NC, and the one with the most upvotes will get a character for it. ShOrtXx LP asks, which of the 3 Empire-specific heavy tanks is your favourite, and what loadout do you run with them? I have to say that the Mag Rider is the most enjoyable, with the maximum mag burner and nano auto repair. Just being able to hover into any position makes it so fun. And with the Mag Riders, it is all about positioning and getting behind enemies at whatever cost, which is a nice challenge. Even though the general drive feels a little bit steady, as there isn't much driving immersion from the hover, like no bumps in the road. Also, the aiming can be a little awkward, but I find it quite refreshing mechanic, having to locate yourself in the direction of fire. Personally, I really like the default Supernova PC, which is good against tanks and infantry. I really enjoy directing it, and miss it due to the fact that pulling an anti-tank with AP or anti-infantry with VPC is often more tactical. I'd usually run that with a halberd on top, which makes it still pretty viable against enemy tanks, and the halberd can also competently kill infantry. Husain Allam asks, if you had the choice to rename a server after a server smash, what would you call it? One for Woodman plus Miller, and one for Ceres plus Cobalt. Well, on the Woodman Miller front, I think a lot of people have been saying Woodmill, which would be okay, I guess. To be honest, I haven't given it much thought into any of the server naming conventions, but I just don't think it is particularly a good idea to give the winning server the name for the health of the community, as there will likely be a lot of bad feelings for the losing team. I'm really unsure why SOE are being so bullheaded about it, when so many people are voicing this concern. Although particularly, I don't really like the names of Woodman and Miller, and they are just a bit both meh for me. The first may even put off females from joining. I was thinking that Corsair sounds a little like Ceres and Cobalt mixed together, and would be something pretty cool. But I do think SOE like to keep things in with the lore, and I don't think that really fit in there. Nisk12 asks, how long do you play FPS games? There isn't really a set time, to be honest, anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours. If I've been working though, sometimes I struggle to sit down and play all that seriously. Mr. Cheese 2134, do you like RTS games? Have you ever heard of Wargame Red Dragon? I do quite enjoy strategy games, and I haven't played Wargame Red Dragon, but I think I've played the earlier Wargame, if that one is the expansion. The latest RTS I actually played was Red Alert Open Source, which is just what it says, a community version of the original Red Alert, with more options really. I also think it has Dune and maybe Tiberian Sun in it. I'll link that in the description, although my favourite RTS has to be the Hyrule Total War mod for Medieval 2 Total War, which is just pure carnage and all of the factions on the map are so different. Followed by Third Age Total War, which is a mind-blowingly good Lord of the Rings mod of the same game. It even has a Minas Tirith map that looks absolutely amazing. So that's it for the questions today. Sorry if I missed yours. If you want your questions answered next week, be sure to put your question in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time everyone, Joshino.